Have you ever heard the expression, the show must go on? Well, in theater, we take that expression very seriously. Life and death might not actually be on the line, but in theater, we sure like to pretend that it is. In my previous career, I was a stage manager, and that meant that during a rehearsal process of a show, I coordinated all the various theatrical departments to come together to make a performance. And then during actual performances, I ran the show. Now, a tool that was really important to me in running the show was my trusty stopwatch. As you can see, I'm timing myself right now. Time is extremely important in theater, as I'll explain to you more in a moment here, but everything went on this stopwatch. Only the stage manager's time mattered. The daily calls, what time performances start, when people are late to work, when we need to take breaks, everything ran according to this watch. Now, during performances, the stage manager is responsible for coordinating all the efforts of the various departments. So they're the conductor of the show, if you will. They tell the light board operator when to take light cues. They tell the soundboard operator when to take sound cues. They tell actors when to enter, scenery when to change. Everything you see and hear around you and experience in a theater, the stage manager is coordinating how all that fits together and works. Now, ideally, we'd all show up to work at theater. Our performance would go exactly as planned. The audience would clap at the end of the performance, and we'd all go home feeling like we did a great job. But live theater doesn't often go as planned, and things go wrong. Things do go wrong, sometimes horribly wrong, but the show must go on. Things could be minor, like a door gets stuck, maybe a costume rips, maybe a scenery, something or another gets a little stuck and isn't as graceful as it normally is. But whatever the case may be, a stage manager's primary duty is to organize his or her team to find a solution as quick as possible, which is kind of where this stopwatch comes in. Because, say, your scenery gets stuck, you've got 1 minute and 48 seconds to figure out how to make that scenery works, or that's not going to happen on your next scene shift. So your stress level goes through the roof. You start playing your game of life and death, and oh my gosh, am I going to get this thing fixed before the audience notices? And the show has to come to a grinding halt. That is the worst case scenario. The show must go on. So everyone does whatever they can. They sacrifice life and limb, theoretically, speaking metaphorically, of course, to make sure that the show goes on. Now, over the course of my years as a stage manager, I encountered many crazy situations. We've had to call paramedics for sick people during the middle of a performance. Scenery has crashed down around actors. A fight has broken out in the audience. And my favorite, a big earthquake has occurred during a performance. That one, you kind of had to stop the show. There wasn't a choice on that one. But at the end of the night, as your heart rate returns to normal and your breathing returns to normal, you start to think, what did all of this stressing, what did this life and death game actually do? Who did I help today? And over the years, the answer to that became, I'm not feeling like I help anybody. And I started to think about folks who deal with real life and death situations, like doctors. And I started to wonder, how do they feel at the end of their stressful day? And I imagine they feel a little different, that they feel a little more fulfilled, that their efforts to play life and death actually mattered. Maybe they saved somebody's life, or at the very least they tried, and that they helped somebody. So I don't have the patience or desire to attempt medical school or go through the process of becoming a doctor, but there are a couple positions that seem much more likely and possible in my life, and that is a physical therapist or physician's assistant. So as exciting as theater was, I realized that if I was going to be playing with life and death stakes, I didn't want to be pretending. I actually wanted to help people. So that is why I decided to change careers, to leave theater, and to return to school to pursue a career that I actually could help people with.